In today's video, we'll discuss the three most common hidden dangers in confined spaces that engineers often ignore at their own peril. Welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, then hit that subscribe button now so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Danger number one is the lack of oxygen. This can be caused by several factors. The most common one is the displacement of oxygen by other gases. Oxygen has a weight of 32 compared to air, which is roughly 29. So if you have a space with a large amount of heavy gas present at the bottom, it would displace the lighter oxygen to the top, causing oxygen deficiency. In such cases, breathing apparatus with an air tank and a breathing mask is required. Another way of oxygen deficiency is when there's a lot of people inside a confined space. For example, if there are 10 people in a small room with only one open door, the amount of oxygen inside the room will decrease over time. The exhaled air of the people will contain approximately 16% oxygen, which is less than the normal 21%. When this air gets mixed with the remaining oxygen inside the room, it will lower the oxygen level further. So if there's poor ventilation, the oxygen deficiency will get worse. In such a scenario, people would experience symptoms similar to being drunk, including slurred speech, loss of balance, drowsiness, headache, and eventually unconsciousness. To avoid such mishaps, you should never enter a confined space without proper aeration and monitoring of the oxygen levels. And remember, there are some gases that are both toxic and displace oxygen. Carbon dioxide is a common example. Its heavier density can cause it to accumulate at the bottom of tanks or vessels, displacing oxygen. Exposure to high concentrations of carbon dioxide can lead to unconsciousness and even death. That's why it's crucial to check confined spaces for carbon dioxide levels before entry. The second danger is entrapment. An open hatch or manhole might seem like a safe means of accessing a confined space, but it can turn into a deadly trap if the person inside loses consciousness. If someone were to fall unconscious inside a confined space due to a lack of oxygen, for example, they wouldn't be able to exit the space on their own. Their colleagues would only find out the next morning when they come to work and discover the unfortunate situation. Such incidents have happened before, and they usually result in tragic consequences. To prevent this, it's important to have safety procedures in place. For example, having someone stand by the opening until the person inside the confined space comes out. Additionally, workers should be trained to move away from the opening after donning their PPE, allowing for easier escape in case of emergency. Another effective solution is to use an emergency escape breathing apparatus, also known as an escape breathing mask. These masks are simple to use and can provide breathable air for up to 15 minutes, enough time for a worker to escape a confined space and get fresh air. The third danger in confined spaces that we'll discuss today is engulfment. Engulfment can occur when materials such as grain or pulverized metals are being loaded or unloaded from a vessel or when silos are being cleaned. It happens when the material gets caught at the opening and pulls the person in, causing them to be completely covered by the material. This can be deadly as it prevents the person from escaping and can lead to suffocation or injury from being crushed or buried under the weight of the material. That's why it's important to have safety measures in place, such as using a pneumatic or mechanical system to unload materials instead of manually digging it out. Another effective measure is to install a flow limiter, which is a device that prevents the material from flowing out too quickly and causing engulfment. In addition, regular maintenance and cleaning of the silo or vessel should be conducted to avoid any buildup of material that could lead to engulfment. And of course, workers should be trained on the proper procedures and safety measures to follow when working in or around confined spaces. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Don't forget to leave us a like and share it with your friends. Also, let us know in the comments below what other topics you'd like us to cover in our future videos. And finally, if you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button now so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, the greatest danger for any engineer is not the danger that exists, but the danger that you don't know about. Subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. And remember, the greatest danger for any engineer is not the danger that exists, but the danger that you don't know about.